Hello and welcome to this first part of a tutorial on how to create a mega Lego brick. I call it mega because it's just a scale version of an actual Lego, a 2x4. And so to get us started, we're already signed into Onshape. We're in the Documents tab and we're going to create a new document. We hit Create, select Document. I'm gonna call this Mega Lego Brick, and I hit Create. So we're here in the main workspace of this document, and the first thing we're gonna do is to create a rectangle in the top plane. So we're gonna first create a sketch. The sketch will ask us to select the plane. We're going to select the top plane. We click this, whether here or here in the default geometry. And in order for us to see the top plane only or directly, we're gonna go here to the navigation cube and left click the top view of this navigation cube. So this is our top view. This is the origin, and these are just the reflections of the front and the right planes. The first thing we're going to do is here on the menu for sketching tools, instead of selecting the corner rectangle, we're going to select a center point rectangle. And the center point is going to be the origin. So we click on the origin, then we move our cursor anywhere else, and we're gonna click anywhere else for now. You see it makes a rectangle with blue dots and blue lines, and that's just because this rectangle is not constrained. That means that it might have a specific placement in this 3D world that we're seeing through this window, but it might still be missing its fixed dimensions for the length and the width of it. So we're gonna do just that. Here on the sketching tools, now we're gonna look for the dimension tool. We select it, and we're gonna select this. By selecting that side, it's gonna try to make us kind of like fix the same length that it had, but when we click, and notice that we're gonna click like kind of close to the actual side. Now we can modify this measurement, and we're gonna make the length of it to be 180 millimeters. Now the next thing that we're gonna modify is the width of this rectangle. And again, we click on this side, on any of these two sides, then we click somewhere close to the actual line that we clicked, and we put there our new measurement, which in this case, in order for that to be kind of representative or scaled to that first length measurement, this has to be 89.4 millimeters. So we type that, we hit return or enter, and there we have it. So we've created our first sketch. Notice how the lines and the dots that create this rectangle are now black, and that's just because both its main points and lines have now a fixed position and dimension. And this is what you want to this is what you want to do when it comes to pieces and models that have a specific dimensions. So for now, this is all we're gonna do. So I'm gonna hit OK for sketch number 1. Notice how the tools here are gonna change. And now that we have all these 3D modeling tools in the toolbar, it's time to use the most common one of them, extruding. So extruding means taking a sketch and basically kind of raising it up. So So we're gonna do just that. The first thing about extruding that you need to know is that it'll ask you what exactly you want to raise up. If it's gonna be a solid or just a surface or a thin piece. We're gonna create a solid of this because we are trying to create a solid piece, a 3D model. We're gonna hit new because it's gonna be represent a new model, which we will toggle between new and adding to an existing object later on. But first we have to select which face or sketch we're gonna extrude, and for that we're gonna select this rectangle that we just made. In the depth, which is gonna turn out to be kind of like the height of the Lego brick without the studs, this is where we're gonna actually enter not 25 millimeters, but a different height, which is gonna be 44.3 millimeters. Again, scaled to the actual measurements of it's a scale dimension from the actual measurements of a 2x4 Lego brick. And just for us to know, right now this extrusion is being done from the top plane upwards, but we're gonna hit symmetric here, just so the origin is actually located in the middle of this new 3D model, and the extrusion kind of like divides itself in on like up and down the top plane. So now that we have all these dimensions and settings ready, we're gonna hit OK. And there we go. We've created the body of the Lego. Of course, it's missing the studs and it's missing the underside tubes. As for that, we might want to, like right now, just create the space that's gonna have under it. So for that, we're gonna use a different tool that is called Shell. Now Shell creates a wall with a certain thickness, starting from one of the sides of a piece. So in this case, we're gonna select the bottom piece. You see how in the navigation cube we see the bottom here, but is represented here as kind of like the reverse side of the top plane, which is actually the bottom plane. And we're gonna select the bottom part of this new model that we did, this rectangle. So we're gonna click here. This is the face that we're gonna remove, and now it's asking us to define the shell thickness. And for this, we're gonna use the following thickness, which is gonna be 6.8 millimeters. Let's actually use 6.7. Might come somewhat useful to do a smaller number since we're gonna be assembling pieces afterwards. So 6.7 millimeters, we hit OK. And there we have it. This is how our Lego brick looks after this first tutorial. In the next one, we're gonna go ahead and create some of the inner tubes and the studs that go on the top.